let's talk about Gdansk. So, Gdansk is located in the coastline of the Baltic Sea. To me, it's one of the most beautiful cities that I've actually ever been in Poland. And obviously, having been there for so many times, so many occasions, I figured out it would be a good opportunity to help discover what Gdansk have to offer. So let's start off with the geographic location. Gdansk is a port city in the northern of Poland, but it's actually located in the southern coast of the Baltic Sea. So due to its location, Gdansk always ends up on the menu every time there's a European military conflict. However, during peacetime, the city is perfectly positioned for maritime trade, which creates a vast amount of wealth for Gdansk. Now, you can land directly at Gdansk International Airport, beautiful airport by the way, and from there, everywhere is accessible. You can get there from Uber, train, buses, you name it. And being part of the Tri-City area, which is Gdansk, Sopot, and Gdynia, it's actually easier now. You can get to go back and forth from these three major cities. Now let's talk about a brief history of Gdansk. Gdansk's history, it is just as interesting as its geographic location. What started off as a fishing village over about 1,000 years ago, it is now transformed to a vast maritime trade center. Gdansk was once a member of something called the Hanseatic, I don't know how you spell it, Hanseatic, Hanseatic League during the Middle Ages, which is actually a powerful organization that was founded by the German trade communities in order to protect its interests. Now, this period of prosperity brought down some of the most beautiful architecture in Europe, and you could see it till this day. However, with wealth comes envy, and Gdansk's wealth and heritage makes it a target for powerful leaders who wish to claim the city as theirs. Hence, the city often trade hand like a pretty girl with a nice pair of ass, as so many men fought to win her love. Now, one of the many battles was the siege of Danzig. That was when Gdansk was actually part of Germany, and at the time it was attacked by Napoleon. And then there was also the World War I and II, where the city was assaulted so many times. Then you had the struggle to escape communism under the Soviets, which emerged the Solidarity movement in the 1980s. It was a grassroots movement led by Lech Walesa and Gdansk, which led to the collapse of the Communism Party in Poland. Overall, this beautiful city seems to have the best of time as well as the worst of time. Now, clearly, you didn't just come here for a history lesson, so let's talk about some of the activities that you can do as a tourist. Now, you will never run out of things to do in Gdansk. Well, unless you live there, then you just start taking things for granted. However, there's some of the things that you can actually do as a tourist. You get to explore the Old Town, which is just you walk around the Old Town city center where you have access to so many beautiful architecture. You have the merchant colorful buildings and stone carving, as well as the cobblestone streets filled with vendors of arts and craft and amber jewelries. Oh yeah, don't forget the Amber Street. Oh my God, there's so many beautiful jewelries out there. And then, let's say you start off your journey at the Green Gate, and then you stroll down the royal route where you can take some great pictures for the gram and, stunt on the haters. Oh, and don't forget the famous Neptune Fountain, which is quite iconic as one of Gdansk's heritage. And then you can stroll along the waterfront. So next to the river of Motwava, there are so many bistros and cafe, restaurants, shops, and souvenir. Now, speaking of restaurants, one that comes in mind would have to be that great sushi place called Dom Sushi. You guys should definitely check it out. Hey, I even have a review on it on my channel. Now, the next place I am going to recommend to you might be a little bit of a problem if you are actually afraid of height. However, I'm the type of person that will tell you to, hey, grow up here, don't be a wuss, and get on with it. This place is actually called Amber Sky Ferret Wheel. Oh, it is freaking amazing. Once you get in there, you get to see Gdansk as a whole, the whole city, the rooftop. Well, basically, you get a bird's eye view of the whole thing. And yes, it is an experiment that I definitely recommend. It's very romantic. You go with your partner, you know, your girl will be holding onto your arm like, oh my God, I'm so afraid. Please don't let. Yeah, you get that. So get your butt over there and yeah, check it out. Now, last but not least, the place I would recommend to you is a little bit outside of the city center. You have to go on the city edges. It's called Papugarnia, which is a bird aviary. So apparently, the birds outsmarted me.
Yeah, oh, they do.
Look, they stole the whole cup of food from me, man. That was messed up. If you're gonna go to this place, I would definitely recommend you not to wear your Sunday's best. So you wear a clothes, the type of clothes that you wouldn't mind getting dirty, because them birds gonna crap all over you. But it is fun though. They get to eat out of the palm of your hands. They probably nibble in your ears a little bit. Hopefully they don't gouge your eyes out, but these birds are freaking amazing. They are awesome. I definitely recommend that you guys check it out. Papugarnia. Okay, now I tell you what to do. This is the part where I tell you how to feed yourself. Now, after all that walking, all these tourist activities, I'm pretty sure you're probably hungry by then. So, how about a couple of places that I would like to recommend to you during your journey? And now, if it's during breakfast or lunchtime, there are a couple of places that I would love for you guys to check out. One of them is Pancake. Foods are delicious and all that stuff. And the second place I would also recommend is called Texturia or Texturalia or something like that. It used to be an old textile factory which got converted into a restaurant. The food are delicious there. Oh yeah, definitely go. And also for lunchtime, I wouldn't mind recommending Hard Rocks Cafe if you're missing the burgers at home, the fries, and typical American food. Think of it as the steakhouse or something like that. Now, as far as dinner, oh man, I would have to do a whole separate videos just of restaurant to recommend you for dinner. Well, but just from the top of my head, I would say the Dom Sushi. Oh, it's freaking delicious. And then you have the Right Rabbit. Oh my. You know, I'm just getting hungry just to think about it. I'm just gonna recommend you one more, and then we're just gonna move on from this topic because I miss Polish restaurant already. And of course, there's this nice little restaurant called Grass, which I will definitely do a review on that as well. Now, let's move on to the next topic, shall we? So you can see me.
I can see you.
So we are now at Gdansk.
Another apartment.
Yep.
Testing out a whole new Airbnb.
We're only gonna be there for like a few days before we go to our other favorite apartment. But check out the city. When it comes to lounges,
This is
Am I even saying it right? When it comes to lounging, there you go. My Haitian accent's popping off. When it comes to lounging, the location is key. Depends on what your budget, where you're comfortable with, and your situation. There's something for everyone. If you are a single person, and most likely you're not going to spend much time in your room, for you to save money, I would definitely recommend, instead of you getting a hotel or Airbnb, then a hostel might be the place for you. The downside of it, you might have to share a room with other people, communal bathroom and all that stuff. So you're not gonna get a much of way of privacy. So if you snore a lot and you fart in your sleep, then yeah, that might be a problem. But overall, you save yourself some good money. I don't know specifically the details when it comes to hostel because I've never stayed in one of them, because I usually travel and I have my family with me. So then I tend to get an Airbnb or a hotel. Now, when it comes to Airbnb and hotel, you can still save yourself some good money by not getting a place that is close to the town center. You get something that is outside in the city, in the skirt area, in the edge of the city. The bad side of that is anything that you want to do inside of the town center, the place that are like very touristy, then you would have to get transportation to come to the town center. And therefore that you might be limited. However, there are some good sides to it. One, you get to save yourself some money. And two, you also get to interact more of the local instead of being surrounded by tourists all the time. So you check out some of the restaurant that is not available. Well, it's not that they're not available. It's harder to find in a Google search. You get to eat what the locals get to eat. Some of the natural, down-to-earth Polish restaurant. And that is actually quite amazing. But now, if money is not a factor, then yeah, go ahead and actually get yourself something in the town center. Because, oh my God, these apartments are freaking amazing. And since when I like to travel, I like to spoil my baby girls. So therefore, I tend to get something in the town center. Get me a nice hotel or Airbnb. And then that is walking distance from Żabka or Biedronka, things of that sort, and then also as well all the best restaurant that the city has to offer. And also don't forget all the shops and basically things are just all walking distance. Well, technically there's still things that you need to do outside of the city. Then that's when you easily have access to Uber and all that stuff. That's the good side of it. The bad side, it may cost you a pretty penny. So if money's not a factor, then yeah, I definitely recommend you get something in the town center closer to it. Now, for more information on all these topics, I have obviously, just stick around on my channel because I do have some playlists coming up. I'm constantly adding in those stuff. And if you have any suggestions, yeah, just leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you would like to know about Poland as a whole, or some of the specific cities and all that stuff. And just stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, all right? And once again, thank you guys for coming through. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.